Thank you so much, Zeke. And as you said, those mythic POIs hopping right on board. Midas's drum gun will be in play at the agency. You can already see up there. And Dreta going down to Tayson as some big names in here as dyrvig picks up Nikeva, and we're at 95 players already, and it looks like he's established a decent amount of agency control. I see one other player mixed in with those henchman circles in the bottom right-hand corner, so he's in an okay spot right now, Bala. Pushing forward, did get some shield tags. He's trying to work through that metal, has a decent loadout to pressure. Going up onto the high ground, desperately trying to follow this player and continuing to work through the builds. Doing a really good job following him and straight with the SMG spray, Bala. Yeah, and he wants to line up that burst shot, but notice he has very little bullets outside of the shotgun shells. However, both of these guys below the threshold, as Small is able to pick up that easy one fwex now. However, wanting to get into the fight and puts that epic pump shotgun to work immediately going through, and then also gets the benefit of picking up Miasko's.
Winning your spots has consequences down the line because it is going to be the same player pool. It's not like it's going to be random who is going to be forward, and Safik just finds the guy in the water. You can't actually build
the 100 effective HP, and oh no.
It's gonna work. There you go. Easy.
It wasn't the cleanest thing in the world, but
I was thinking he was going to try to ride out that bush, but hey, when somebody goes and tries to take your domain, he's going to make sure that he has no say in that at all. And that's the thing. So Wild picks up an Elim, picks up some mats, but second zone does reveal, and he has to leave his points where he's hiding in to opt for something a little bit better. Nice fight on the side of what looks like the orchard of Frenzy Farm. It's Legendary against JoCKedD. And I believe Legendary has gotten a couple beams on. There is not going to be Storm Surge. I was wondering if it could have happened for a second there, but Legendary going to knock him down, try to reset this, and he now knows the HP situation is dire for JoCKedD. He has to try to box up and find something. Maybe take a flopper, yes, but he gets in the box. Pops one, but it's not even enough, as there's an epic pump or Legendary pump for our guy from Fury, and he finishes it off cleanly. Here's the fight that Benji got into. He did get a siphon, but right away somebody else is pushing into it.
And he got some minis as well. You saw how he was trying to set up as many pieces around him as possible, just creating some space, because if you look in the bottom right-hand corner as well, about 13 of the 67 people are in that frame right now. You can see them all tucked around, trying to rotate through. And I mean, only more are going to be coming as they're on the edge in this fight. He doesn't want to get bogged down right now, as this was Styler, the agency player. So there's also a drum gun on the other side. Benji putting the ramp out. Going to edit himself around the side, looking to try and get some pressure on the wall. Good job creating space right now and covering off his sides, not exposing himself to too much. But as you see, the horde of players is just continuing to move past. Knows he has the player on the cone, forces the drop down. Good job from Styler to keep disengaging, but eventually Benji is going to find it, gets the cone in. Oh! Styler trading it back. Great shot there. Beats him with the epic pump to the legendary one. Says, I'll take that upgrade. benjyfishy, good try on the first game, man, but you'll have to bounce back. And honestly, Fanta hanging out on the side. Noward, he's just chilling. Don't anticipate a lot of action right now, as players are not going to be forced into one, and there's only 15 seconds on the zone, and nope. Can't do that, Fanta. Just peeking up. Little gargoyle, Noward, going to be rewarded for his patience, and that heavy sniper making a good play.
Those can be the key. I see a lot of people kind of trying to decipher what is the keys to winning. It's either a launch pad for the mobility, it's either some power weaponry in the drum gun or the minigun, or it's just having a lot of fish so that you can outlast in the game. But man, this is one of the lobbies. This is what we got to get used to in this Invitational. We got Snappy, we got Letwick, we already had Benji go out. We have Noward, Frey, and Dreta. The names that are in this lobby is huge. And kind of shows you.
So in 30 seconds it will turn on, but as soon as that warning comes up, Bala, the entire lobby starts shooting. Everyone knows they need tags.
Yeah, and that's something that actually you could see the differences as we move on through these stages, as we get to week 2 and into the grand finals. It'll play out a little differently, but in this case,
Actually looking to bait it with that shotgun, wants to wait for another player to find it, and does. 45 right into the 50 shot, but not quite going to get enough. It's another pump, some weak pump shots going through there, but the drum gun supplements there. Ben2K going down, and Styler will dip back out into the storm and then hits that launch pad, but everyone else is thinking the same thing. He needs to work up a level. One player behind him is going to hit the flopper, and now what does he do? Is he going to wait, or is he going to decide to play aggressive? As everyone else rotates in behind, we get a look at the lobby. Mexi over on the side. SrStriker trying to get up into the cone to potentially peek. No, not going to phase himself in, just cone hopping. So a good information play here, but I don't think I've seen somebody do that in a while.
Yeah, that's a throwback to old days of summer skirmish even, but still very effective. You don't put yourself in the risk of staying in your cone, and it also makes it so that informationally people don't know exactly what's going on in your box. And a lot of big names right now in this lobby, still people that I haven't even noted yet. Nayte, who was FNCS Duos champion, the most recent official events. The champion of that, he's in this lobby. Clements, another one of the French-speaking players, is in this game, as well as Kaizen, who's his duo partner. Queasy, who got second place in FNCS EU Duos, is in this game as well. So star-studded cast as we approach into the end game. 6 zone is underway in just a couple moments, and that's where everything goes crazy.
And only 2 placement points have been given out so far, going through. Only 2. The rest have been through elims as freemok picks up Glorly, and this is going to be a very ridiculous rotation as Striker will opt out into the storm just for a second, trying to find a clear path, waiting. But look at all the action. You're going to want to pay attention to what happens on the backside of the storm and what happens in the top left corner when that elimination feed starts ticking, as Mashu gets Patty, Rifle gets Hard, and MXRR gets Bomber. You can see freemok chilling right here, trying to find some kind of space, is the one with the mythic loadout and is going to opt to go for the air, and we have the storm surge warning go through again as Clement also goes down. Not quite heading off into the storm there, as we are able to catch up, and freemok going for the high ground with the rocket launcher. Really good take here, but might be overbuilding a little too soon to commit, as launch pads and more explosions are going to drop him down, making it incredibly difficult to get back on the angle. One more player will fall, and that will be the last of the storm surge threat for the game, as we have our top 30.
And he did hold on to height. It looked like he was getting pressured instantly up on the top right there. These players not letting him get that at all, but I actually think that he didn't invest too much on that take because of the way that he got knocked down over and over. It was just a quick build up, and he didn't really build out his tarp just yet. So now freemok has free reign to fire down this RPG, fire down, and use the grappler to great effect there. He takes out one. He's going to drop down and try to get the loot too. Yes, he does. He needed that too to outlast the rest of the lobby. There is still players looking possibly for height. They're not going to do it. Grappling forward and just having a spot to connect and reconnect this high ground makes it very difficult to get knocked down.
This is great use of the grapple play to maintain high ground. Rocket into an AR spray. Great pump swap coming out from freemok, running the lobby with the epic loadout right there, just sending Freddy all the way down. We have our top 14, but Nayte still in the lobby. Nayte, who has been the most consistent player across every game mode, leading from France, but freemok right now trying to do everything he can with this mythic loadout. Honestly, playing it incredibly well right now. I don't think we've seen anybody executing this well with the grapple and solos, and finding another elim on Noward thanks to the rockets and the spray to the bomb, and he's making it look easy.
And a couple of gaps for that RPG to sneak in. Nayte's still up. He takes one in the zone, possibly has some floppers to make a play. freemok is going to have him in his sights, and that battle will determine a lot of what goes down in this game. Nayte has 5 eliminations of his own and an RPG. He can start to pressure up, but is that actually going to connect? No, on neither side, but starts to actually chip away at what is in the top. Now looking down, they actually combine the RPGs possibly down below, and he's going to go for it right now. Only 4 builds though, and there's not really much of a say on that high ground fight at all.
He's gonna have to drop down and look to make a play, but he has the RPG as well. Follows it up, but doesn't land the tack shot. Gets the huge spray, but he's on 0 builds. Goes in, finds 1, finds 2, and a great pickup on the Nirvana Super Eye. Pushes him into the top 5. This is where all the placement points are. Second tack shot coming out. Lestream Nayte, is he the best player in Europe? Is he the best player in the world right now? Who knows? He's been proving it recently, but can he close it out from the low ground? All the consistent. Can he open us up on day 1 in Europe? RPG tack shot. First tack shot, second tack shot, but freemok from the top with that mythic loadout, with the grappler and the RPG. 5 elims and the victory royale pushes him up to